All right. Oh man. Oh, that's bullshit. All right, we about to get started. We about to get started. We about to get started. Party don't stop. The party don't stop. Ultimate troller. Recorded purposes. All right. Hold on. How do you do that shit? All right. Oh, that right there. I know what I'm going to do. That's not good. We're going to be starting soon. I know people like, yo, man, what is he talking about, bro? What is he talking about? What you mean it's a scam? We're gonna do it right here. What you mean it's a scam? Huh? Everything is perfect here. There's nothing wrong. Everything is perfect. All right. um Getting old is a scam because it is. I don't know about anywhere else, but here, getting old is a scam because it appears that you turn back into a little baby. All the old people you know, and all the people that you know that got old had to be getting taken care of. Um, like a kid, you have to learn. You forget things, and you got to relearn things when you get old. So it's like a punishment in a way if you in a world where you have to keep your overhead up and all of a sudden you can't do it no more because you got old. Even if it's just wiping your own fanny, getting old and turning back into a little child is what is going to happen to you. You're going to forget who you are. You're going to forget how to do certain things, and it's going to become a punishment, a hell for you. The system is already designed to kick the old person in the ass. That's why it's religion at nursing homes to whip your ass. Everywhere. It could be in any state. Nursing homes, you're going to get your ass whooped. It's pointless to be calling, it's pointless to call judgment, to have a judgment on your soul. So they tell you, but you turn back into a little baby. So how do that make sense? How do you turn back into a little baby and don't somebody got it? They have grown up diapers. Grown up diapers. Now what are diapers? What do you use diapers for? You use diapers because the person who wears the diaper don't know when they're going to pee. Because if you're a baby, you don't know when you're going to pee because when you're a baby, you are mildly retarded and have to be fully formed, fully um man, what's the word I'm looking for? Fully developed. Okay? You have to be fully developed to grow out of that retardation phase. And most kids do that, and some kids do not get out of it. Whatever reasons, who knows? But when you're a baby, cute as babies are, they're mildly retarded. They don't know what they're doing. They bumping into stuff. They don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So how do you become how do you come in? You come in the world retarded and you leave out the world retarded. Okay? Not this ain't about language or understanding or yeah, it is about understanding, but it's not about it's just that your mind ain't developed yet. So you can be fully grown and not know how to do certain things, but when you are retarded, had not fully developed yet, um, that's a totally different thing. So when you coming in, you whatever you at, and you decide to come through, have an 3D experience, you are whole before you get here. But when you get here, you go through a little phase of retardation. Why is that? When you were first born, all the way to higher ages or whatever. Now, I know we don't call it that, but that's what it is. You know, um, a kid don't know the the max ability of their balance of going like that. If you go too far, you'll fall. You know what I'm saying? Or you walking or you riding a bike, or I'm not riding a bike, but if you walking or you sticking your hand on the stove, fire or whatever, that's a grown person knows that not to do that. A kid don't, because a kid is mildly retarded. So when you coming in, you have to be taught these things, but at the same time, your mind have to develop first. You can teach somebody something all day, but your mind don't develop. All right. So you're a spirit. You're not a flesh. You're not the body. You're a spirit. What does your spirit in a flesh body as an embryo, what are you doing being retarded? Your soul was not created when you came through this vessel. So why do we go through the retardation stages of from a baby into a kid, and to a kid to a teenager? And once you get old, I mean, while you get older and older, the retardation gets not blows off. Some people never knocks their retardation off from a baby, and they still carry and linger things to this day. Why is that? Nobody never said anything about this type of subject or thing before. I never heard it before, but that's what it is. When you come through the womb, you go back into a retardation. So it's like once you get here, everything is white, and and you get you go through a retardation phase just so you can get brought back up and grow back up in a matrix type of mind that will fit in this matrix. Um, if you was going through a retardation phase and the world was good, I want to have no it would still be strange, but I'll rock with it. But since the world is evil and I know it's been ran, I'm looking at this retardation phase as very suspect. All right. So you get out the retardation phases, and you start picking up your own style. You start looking at others and you building your own. Next thing you know, you have your own in the matrix. You have your 15 minutes of fame, then you go right back into retardation mode, slowly but surely. When you get old, why is that? You ain't never thought of that. You ain't never thought of that. You ain't never thought to call it or think that it was a retardation phase, but it is when you get old. Some more than others, but depending on your habit of eating and basically your habits of eating and what drugs you put in your system. If you know, so why do you get old? You can get old, but you turn back into a baby. It used to be real slow to the point to where it could be naturally like okay, because it don't be that much. It don't be that much of a asleep. But they added so much adjectives to this thing where they put stuff in the food and all that everything. By the time you get old, you got dementia and shit. So it enhances the retardation phase. See, your government do things to help the matrix in all areas. After death, beforehand, whatever you want to call it, it's always they gonna throw adjectives in it, mix it up. So the food that we eat getting us now, but it also gets you on the back end when you're on your retardation phase going out when you lose how to do things, which don't make sense at all. Because you are energy, soul is an energy. How in the world you like this in the old folks' home like this and not being able to comprehend nothing? Soon as you die, you like this. When you turn back into a fourth dimensional being and recognize what you played a role in the avatar on Earth, and you're gonna go from this to this to super awareness until you get pushed right back down into this and come right back down. You're only gonna be a fifth dimensional being for a little while till you get pushed back down here. If they can have it their way, you won't even be that when you die, but they don't have no choice because you are a soul that they did not create and they don't have the jurisdiction of destroying a soul, but they can mislead you into a hell and call it your consent and it's your fault if you got tricked to come down, keep coming down here and going through the shit while you're going living here. It's all set up to design to where they don't even get fault of it. It's your fault. It's your fault for being asleep. They mark you as a fucking um a washed soul. They look for any type of excuse to cover their ass. They just say you just weak, you just dumb. Let me tell you, the most of the majority of people is going to die is going to be dumb people. People that don't have it up here, don't have the wit or the IQ or whatever to put the pieces together because it is an IQ test. Life is an IQ test. IQ test is you don't get no explanation on the test. You just look at it and you go all you go on the fly and answer the questions to see how smart you are without training or figuring something out. Can you do that? You ain't know life was a IQ test? Oh shit, you in for a long ride. See, they made it like a little amusement parkish to where you get distracted when you're supposed to be paying fucking attention because it's not what you think it is. You know, they do whatever to get what they want and to create a world, amusement park world. They do that shit in the heart blank. And it's nothing but a 3D reality. That's nothing. That's nothing to create and do. This shit is fake. You going through these emotions. You don't gotta your soul existence. Lost one. Your soul existence is not your soul, not your physical body and what you're doing right now, but your ultimate soul, because you have many life time and you have many life experiences. So, what importance do your soul have being in a body, putting so much emphasis on trying to survive a physical 3D reality construct? That's like stooping low and doing something you don't even got to do. All your energy is tied into work, keeping a roof over your head, The fear of losing that, two things that you don't even fucking need to be even going through. So when you die, I hear people say this all the time. I'm blessed. All my bills be paid every day. That's great. You're supposed to do that in a fucking high price, fucking kidnapped place or whatever. That which you have to do those things to stay afloat. You have to do that. But you spend all your life doing that. You brag about doing this your whole life, which is good, but that's not what life is about, though. That's not what all life is about, but that's all we do is because that's what it is. So the point of coming in retarded and leaving out retarded is because it's a design. It's a code, and it's coded that way so you won't remember the matrix and break the matrix. If you came down here 100 times, average lifespan 65 years, you would know a lot of shit. So if you was able to remember everything you learned during those, how many times I said 50, 30, 10, whatever. Out of all those times you came, you supposed to know a lot of stuff if you are able to remember everything. But every time you come down here, it's like you have to learn how to walk again, talk again, whatever. So everything you learn is going to be wiped out. So it's like whatever you learn here, it don't fucking matter because it's a fake world. They erase your memory. Like it ain't nothing. Like it's nothing. Cause it ain't, you don't get no points for this shit. Only points you get is saving your own ass for your own benefit, and you will give yourself that pat on the back. It won't be nobody else giving it to you. So you come down here 100 times, and every time you come down here, you come down here retarded. Then you have the midpoint where you do all the stuff, and you have all the awareness in the middle part of your life, like from 15 to 45, 55, probably 50, something like that. I don't know, but then you go into the mild retardation phase, which is a scam. You get back dumb because every transitional, people be like, yo, man, maybe all these hop tech ass motherfuckers be like, yo, man, when the baby coming through the womb, they coming through the, what you call that? Not a Gore-Tex, but a they coming from another dimension, but it's a word for like they come. Damn, forgot the word, but it's like they coming from another dimension, but it's like they damn, what's them damn things where it'll open up and you can just walk through it, then it'll close back up and we watching the movies. I forgot the word of it. That's crazy. I'm gonna think about it later. But they'll say that and be like, yo, you know, when a baby comes through the womb, they coming through. That's a channel. That's a channel or whatever, a port or whatever you want to call it, right? And that might be good, and that might be great, but what's the good if you doing all that good stuff? Then when you come through the womb, you retarded. You don't know nothing. You like you crying. You looking at everybody looking all weird and shit, and you just retarded. You don't know nothing. Why is that? Hmm. Especially if you been here before, there's no way to be mildly retarded being a baby. Everybody got to teach you something, teach you everything, got to teach you the ways of the world. You know the ways of the world. You lead like a king or queen, only to resort back and go through a retardation phase and die. It's a scam. So every transitional port, when you're coming in and when you going out, they keep that fuzzy aka retardation phase. If you was aware, like how you was in your mid-range life when you was the strongest, when you got old, you going back into that to you turning back into a little baby when somebody got to change your diapers. They have grown men and grown women diapers called depends. You used to know when you gotta pee, but when you get old, you don't know when. So they gotta put a diaper on you so you won't be peeing on yourself. You knew how to pee before, but how come you can't now? You becoming mildly retarded, and family members want selfishly want you to suffer because they don't know what it is. They don't know about the retardation phases. Cause they don't want to look at the amusement park. Oh, that's too deep. I don't fuck. Look. Oh, let me go ride that ride right there. Let me go over here. They don't give. Then they on the back end of things retarded. Walk through a nursing home, and you will see people. Half of the people there are going to be mildly retarded. They're going to be. They might not know how to walk. They might not know how. They might still know how to say some words, but they will not know how to do a lot of things. But you did know how to do some things. When you can't, let's forget the retardation phase and just go out on top. Who want to stick around for a retardation phase and call that living? It's nothing but torture when you get old because nobody gives a fuck about you because your kids are grown in their prime and they don't have time to be seeing their parents because they want to have fun in the amusement park like you did and how you did your mom, your parents. Then you get put in and then you go mildly retarded in an amusement park. Who want to be mildly retarded at the amusement park? There's no use to be around. There's no use. So when you get mildly retarded to where you're turning into mush, see, let me tell you something. That helps the economy too. It helps the health. It helps the health industry when you keeping a vegetable around. For it's no purpose, no reason for you to be alive. You just a vegetable, and you just they keep the old folks and torture the old folks and keep them around is to make money. Without that, they will lose at least one fourth of their fucking profits, and even probably more than that. I don't want to say one half, But um, I mean, you can click off, do whatever you want, but when you get faced in that situation, ain't nobody gonna be there to help you. You ain't never didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want. Now you stuck with it by yourself. You can't talk to nobody about it. They ain't gonna know what you talking about. So that's how it goes. It's a scam. There's no reason to turn back into a baby. Now, this ain't for everybody. For your sleep, if you're religious, you just might as well just keep on strolling. Don't worry about it. This is not for you. So it don't matter what you think. Everybody can have their own opinions. I don't care. I'm not a person that's gonna stop anybody' opinions. I can have my judgment about you. You can call me crazy, call me unintelligent or ghetto, or whatever you want. That shit do not stop me. And I can't expect what I say that other people don't like to stop them. So it's like that's how it goes. But getting old is a matrix construct that they designed to have us in retardation states coming in as a baby and going out. The matrix will be ran smoothly that way. If you can gather up all the lives you came down here and if you can get to have a chance to remember them in the evil place that's trying to stay on top, that would be damaging to the establishment. You have too much knowledge. They don't let you build up lifetimes because you have too much knowledge to overthrow them. So every time you come down here, they gotta erase your memory and you start all over. You gotta start over. Start what's that movie where he had to keep starting over? He was fighting a war, but he had to keep every time he get killed, he had to keep starting over. And he had he go right back to the same spot to where he was in the army talking to somebody. He was like, all right, he run off and get on a plane and go and get right back into the war, die, go right back to the same guy. Yo, he be starting it over and over like that. But I just want to say a little something about that right quick. And I want to do a video about time because um, time is an illusion. Okay. And people think time is legit because they say, okay, well, I'm getting old, so time do exist. But getting old is a matrix construct. You're going to be getting old because that's how they want you to do it. Instead of just living a long life, you're going to have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 lives. And you're not going to remember any of them because they're going to erase your memory every time. You're going to have a retarded state coming in and a retarded state when you get old. Okay, that's all for that. I'm gonna have a video about time and how time is a scam. Yeah, time is for slaves. Um, time is a technique for you to be somewhere on time, and that's usually a slavery uh, establishment or system. Time is for you to pay, so you will know when to pay bills. That's it. That's all they made time for. Time was created so the slaves can be a better slave because they have know the time. You have a time and a deadline to um, do work, do whatever they want you to do. dates, court dates, whatever. None of that shit is it doesn't matter. So it just it's a fake world. So that's how white people can get less time in the same crime in a courtroom versus black people. They know this shit is this world is fake too. That's how they can get away with it. It's fake. If it was real and legit, everybody be getting the same time for the same crime. It's fake. So you gotta watch out for that. But anyway, this life is rigged, man. Hit my cash app up, man. I need it though. At ALIBARNS. Peace.